Okie dokie. Let me make sure the sound is okay, everybody. We got some more information here. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but I'm just going to hit up Opal real quick. And see if I can get her in here. Let me see if I can jump her on a phone call. I want to show you guys something, but before I show you this, I want to talk about the Fraternal Order of Police scam. The Fraternal Order of Police scam. And I'm sure that you guys all saw, let me open this up real quick, and I want to show you guys something that that's super important here. And I'm going to actually share this. I want to share this with you, and I'm going to show you a few different screens so that you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Now, if you guys take a look at this, it says right here, the Chuck Zirkle scam, and Chuck Zirkle is the sheriff there in Cobb County, Kentucky. And so now Chuck Zirkle, I'm about to show you guys a video. And let me see if I can get Jesse or Opal in the room. Are you around? Because I'm not going to let Laney's name just diminish into nothingness. So I want to show you guys something. The Chuck Zirkle scam, Chuck Zirkle being the sheriff there in Cobb County, listen to how quickly Chuck Zirkle is ready to pass the buck on over to the state police. So you're going to hear Chuck say that. But before I show you that, let me show you a couple other things real quick so that you can see exactly what I've been looking at. And I want you guys to just take a look at this. So, officer-involved shootings, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. These guys here, they're often handed cases. They're handed cases all the time with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. And you know what they find out most of the time? Amazingly, that there's no copper who's guilty, that the coppers are not guilty, that the coppers didn't do anything wrong. I mean, you can just look, if you spend 5 seconds doing a little bit of research, and you'll see that in Dickinson County Sheriff's Office, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations on January 11th is doing the research, doing the investigation for that particular murder by the cop in Tennessee. And he's not the only one. It's all over the country. Everywhere we go, everywhere we look, we are seeing that. So let me take a look at this one right here. So here's another one. And this is out of Cal Matters, where the fatal Californians bid its police to police each other in the aftermath of George Floyd. Make sure you guys can see. Let me see what you guys are looking at. I mean, it's like the cops are investigating the cops. California Justice Department, 25 open investigations of law enforcement who shot and killed an unarmed person. This scrutiny was the emotional impact. Okay, so now what are they going to do here? They're going to have the cops investigate the cops, and you know what they're going to find out? That there was no wrongdoing. That the guy who murdered the other guy, Cal Matters, the department struggled to meet its goals. Pledged to investigate in 1 year internal emails that the Justice Department employees were worried it would overwhelm them because so many cops are killing so many people, but they're just having the cops investigate the cops. Let's keep going. Let's look at another one. Let's look at another example of cops investigating cops where you and I are not going to get justice. We are simply not going to get justice because you have cops investigating cops. And how quickly are these coppers ready to simply hand the investigation over to the state police or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations or BCI? That's oh, sorry about that. That's fine. I'll just share it another way. But take a look at this Georgia Bureau of Investigations. They have cops investigating cops, and can you imagine it? It's not working out. It is not working out at all. It's going really, really terrible. It's going horrifically bad. Here's the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, officer-involved shootings followed by multiple agency operations that cite future Atlanta public safety. We're releasing a photo of a handgun in this case where the cops are investigating the cops. And so, and this is just a microcosm of it. We have cops investigating cops all over this country. And then can you even imagine it? The cops are not guilty. Cops who are part of the Fraternal Order of Police investigate other cops, and then they find out that the cops who murdered somebody, they didn't do anything wrong, and then they got the super cops. How quickly are cops who murder somebody willing to hand off the investigation? How fast does that happen? Like, in how many moments does it take before one copper is ready to hand off the reins to another copper so that they can do the investigation? Well, let's just take a listen here real quick. And this is on the James Sheets murder. But just look how fast Matt Haas is ready to hand off this investigation to BCI, and how quickly BCI hit all the body cam footage, hit all the evidence. We couldn't see it because it's an ongoing investigation, but then they don't release any of the body cam footage. Just listen to how quickly this little piggy right here is ready to hand. Now this is the head cop here with his hands in his collar there, looking like an authoritarian. But look how quick Matt Haas does this.
What can I get for you right now? The chief is on the way. Okay. He honestly, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to handle this investigation. Probably BCI is going to call it.
No, that's okay. That's fine. That's what we're doing.
We do this too much, he says. I'm not going to be able to handle this investigation.
Chief is on the way. Okay. He honestly, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to handle this investigation. Probably BCI is going to call it.
No, that's okay. That's fine. That's what we're doing.
So just like that, the BCI is going to have to handle this investigation. We keep hearing this all the time. Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, Georgia Bureau of Investigations. We got to have somebody else cover this investigation because we can't do it. Our copper's the one who murdered. So we're going to have another agency come in. And you know what? They're going to be fair and impartial, even though we're all on the same side and we're all part of the Fraternal Order of Police. We're part of the same brotherhood. But we're going to bring in another agency from just a couple miles down the road. And I promise you're going to get a fair shake. I swear, we're all honest, good men at this copper facility. We're all good guys. So now let's see how quickly. Now this is the Laney video. I'm going to show you guys something. And you're going to see super, super fast what a scumbag pig this cop Zirkle, Sheriff Zirkle is right there in Huntington, West Virginia.
Yeah. How recording you doing for it?
I didn't laugh.
Okay, they fit on your shirt. Yeah. You want that coffee room?
Hello.
What can you do for me? Can you tell me why no law enforcement officer has reached out to me about my daughter's death? Not even when she died.
You need to talk to the state police about that, man.
The state police didn't hit my babies, you guys did.
You have to understand, this is a bad
Yeah, you just laughed.
I didn't laugh.
You definitely did.
How recording you doing for it? I didn't laugh. Hold on. Just do whatever you want, but we're not investigating this. This is a bad time for all of us.
It is. Your sheriff. You're a bad time for your sheriff. He's being paid for killing my baby, my 13-year-old baby. Do you understand if he would have been driving 35 miles an hour, she would still be here?
I don't know how
She-
fast he was doing, ma'am. That's what we're gonna do all
Hold
this testing. for.
Wait, for the investigation part, that's not what she's concerned about. What she's concerned about
Why
is nobody has reached out to me.
You know, a stranger told me my baby was laying on the bed dead or on the ground dead. A stranger. None of you guys have reached out to me. None of you. Why this piece of shit is being paid for killing my baby. That's part of it to pay.
It always happens that way.
That's the way it goes. It always happens that way. So we're just going to keep the tyranny going of paying cops after they murder people.
You can't.
Wasn't you involved in an accident that killed a young man last year?
Pulled out in front of me, yes, ma'am.
Of course you pulled out in front of me. Okay, of course.
So I'm not sure if you guys actually hear what was just said right here, because I know that I know that it's kind of hard to hear sometimes, but what Opal just pointed out was that this copper murdered somebody. He murdered somebody in his car. He T-boned them. And the cop says automatically, oh, he pulled out in front of me. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but the number one injury for cops comes from their cars. The number one way that cops kill people is in their cars. The number one way people get injured, well, from the torture cuffs, but then their cars. And so, you know, we're talking about, and so what am I trying to share with you guys here? I'm trying to share with you guys that this guy Zirkle, the head piggy over there in Cobble County, this guy right here, let me zoom in on that so you guys can see it right here. This gentleman right here, this guy right here, he's as dirty as all of them. He's the head of the dirt. He's the top of the dirt pile, this guy here. He's going to automatically call his friends over at the state police. They're going to send in an investigator who this guy knows or is friends with. They're all in it together. It's the scam. It's the fraternal order of cover-up. That's what it is. And we all know it. Everybody knows it. We know what's going on. We know it's the fraternal order of cover-up. When they are passing you over to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or the BCI David Yost team with that piece of garbage cop, Banksy, the cop's name for BCI, Detective Banksy. I've called him a few times. He doesn't return my phone call, of course, because the reason is he doesn't want to actually have to answer. His name is Detective Bansky. Bansky, the detective over at BCI. Hey, Bansky, release all the body cam footage and all the dash cam footage and all the footage from the ring houses that you guys collected in the neighborhoods. Release all the footage. You guys did your investigation, BCI, but in Georgia, they'll hand it to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. In Tennessee, it'll go to the Tennessee Bureau. And look how quick Chuck Zirkle was ready to pass Laney's murder right on down to the state police. Get the Kentucky State Police in here. They're going to investigate. It's not us investigating. We know, liar, you're part of the fraternal order of cover-up. We know that another police agency is going to be the exact same thug jackboot pigs who are going to cover up for the pigs who murdered Laney. It's just that simple. The pigs who arrived on the scene when Laney was murdered quickly whisked off their cop. And this copper's in there saying, oh no, you know, this is how it's done around here. Yeah, this is how it's been done for decades and decades. And now social media with everybody coming together. When a cop kills someone, they need to be sequestered. Their communication devices need to be stripped and they need to be separated from everybody and anybody who could be involved in that. That means that Jeff Racer's partners, Jeff Racer's close colleagues have to be separated. Their text messages need to be checked. Their computers need to be checked, just like it was you or me. If I killed somebody and someone died, this computer right here would be sifted through to the end. My phone would be sifted through all the way to the end. They would go to my backup phone and sift through to see if there was any text messages planning a murder. Did they do that for Jeff Racer? Did they do that for James Sheets? Because Tommy Shinneman's text messages, a bunch of people have filed for this. Where they're at, it's the fraternal order of cover-up. You can no longer trust the idea that we're going to have another agency investigate this. It's the fraternal order of cover-up. That's literally what you guys are seeing. Everybody is witness to it. We are seeing the fraternal order of cover-up. We're all watching it. It's happening constantly. So let's finish this video and really get into it, so you guys can hear what a jackboot this sheriff is.
Pulled out in front of you. Same as my baby was intoxicated and jumped out in front of that officer. I don't give a fuck what she did. I don't care what she did. She's 13 years old. Was crossing the street. Do you understand that? The state, you don't know what she did. She didn't do nothing. Yes, sir.
Always had problems with him. They've always been harassed and
Not yet, not yet. Do you understand that if you were to hit somebody?
I'd be in jail.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
He didn't leave the scene.
Drinking and driving, those are all jail offenses.
It's already been proven he's not drunk at the time.
Already been proven. So then the blood test. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Put a 1 in the chat if it's already been determined that he wasn't drunk. You can't. Put a 2 in the chat if this sheriff is lying. Put a 2 in the chat if he's lying. And look how quickly he's ready to give the investigation over to the state police. We'll talk to the state police. We don't know. We don't know. It's the fraternal order of cover-up. We don't know what happened. We don't know. We don't know. It's not us. You might want to talk to the state police. Talk to the state police. They're going to cover this whole thing up for us, just like BCI, just like Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, just like Bureau of Investigations, just like Texas Rangers, just like California State Cops, just like New York State Cops, just like the Montana Bureau of Investigations, just like the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, just like the Kentucky Bureau of Investigations, just like the Florida Bureau of Investigations. They all have cops covering up for cops. We're gonna have someone else do this investigation so that we stay partial, so that we stay pure. You got filthy cops investigating filthy cops, and you wonder why nothing happens. You wonder why the cops are found not guilty. When you got cops investigating cops, where do they go every year? They all go to the Fraternal Order of Police meetings. They all get together. All the cops from Mississippi get together with the cops from Mississippi, and they go, "Oh, you're the BCI, the Bureau of Criminal Investigations for Mississippi, or the Mississippi State Police, or the Mississippi Investigate Cops Bureau." And they sit down at the table at the Fraternal Order of Police meeting, whether it's I'm sure it's somewhere in Ohio or Texas or Louisiana or New Jersey, one of these absolute police state, prison state, death states, and they sit around and they go. And they sit around and they go, "Hey, make sure if you investigate us that, and they're like, "Oh, dude, it's a great big one hand washes the other. It's a great big one hand washes the other." And you're seeing and hearing it here with Laney. You're seeing how quick is Sheriff Zirkle? How quick is he ready to pass this off to the Kentucky State Police? It's not us doing the investigation, it's them. They said he's sober. They did the blood test already. It came back zeros. Or wait a minute, there was no blood test. There was no blood test. So Zirkle is sitting here jerking these people around as per normal.
Have witnesses. And nobody's reached out to us that were there, who have residential homes there, who've seen it happen. 4 other little children who were there, and they don't watch.
I understand that. I get it.
You don't.
I get
You don't
it.
get it because apparently I didn't even know. But you've had an interaction before. You killed somebody, and you have your job. It's funny.
Do you
because
drive?
of that, and you are above the law.
No,
because
we're
you
not
are
above the law. If this thing comes out and he's wrong, he's going to be charged
He is
accordingly. If you leave here today and you hit
So what Opal was pointing out here so succinctly and so simply is that he murdered someone in his car last year, T-boned them. Most people who kill another person in their car are charged with manslaughter and have to face court and have to have their life strung out for a couple years because someone else died. And a lot of people who kill another person, accident or not, have to go to jail. This is a normal thing. And what Opal is so clearly pointing out is that this copper murdered someone last year and he didn't have to face any justice at all whatsoever. She's showing that there's no justice if you're a copper. You get away with murder, and then you have your friends over at the Kentucky State Police investigate you, and you know what? Nothing happened. Just like Sam Cranbrook over there in Ironton. The body cam footage exonerated him. How many people here get exonerated before your court case even begins? How many people does the district attorney or prosecutor attorney look at the body cam footage? Put a 1 in the chat if that's never happened for you or anybody you know. Put a 1 in the chat if it's never happened that they looked at the body cam footage for you or your friend and then they dropped the DUI charge. Put a 1 in the chat if that's never happened. If you've never, ever, ever had the charges dropped based on the body cam before your first pretrial hearing. If that's never happened, put a 1 in the chat. I just want to know because, typically you have to go through a year or 2 years of being under felony indictment before the body cam footage, and then the prosecuting attorney or district attorney will fight you tooth and nail so that you can't get the footage in, or you can't get the footage. You just can't get it. And this copper, quite literally, he got away with murder. Because you had cops investigating cops. This same chief of police, someone pulled out in front of him, he said, just like Laney came out in front of the Jeff Racer, the cops are investigating cops. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Let's call it what it is, and I'll pull this up one more time. You guys can take a look at it. Here it is. There it is. There it is, right there. It's the scam. It's the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. The Chuck Zirkle scam. Was that his name? Is his name Chuck Zirkle? Maybe I got his first name wrong. Was it Jeff Zirkle? I can't remember his first name. But this sheriff's as dirty as any other sheriff. I mean, how fast is this copper ready to pass Laney's murder on to the state police? How fast? How quick is Zirkle? How quickly is this guy? I mean, he's like all the way. I mean, it only takes a millisecond, takes this long. And he goes, hey, listen, it's not us. It's the state police. They're the ones investigating it. And what do you think the state police findings are going to be? Put a 1 in the chat if you think the state police findings are going to come back that Jeff Racer wasn't speeding and that Laney ran out on the road and it's her fault. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that's what the state police are going to find out. There'll be no cops sucking around here, brother. There'll be no cops sucking around here. Thanks for coming to my page. Don't come back again. God bless you, sir. But there'll be no cops sucking around here. Not interested in the cops sucking. But put a 1 in the chat if you think that the state police are going to find out that Jeff Racer did nothing wrong and he was sober. They come up with a blood test. So, hey, look, we got a blood test. It's right here. It says zeros. All you got to do is get a form, change the name, and it's all zeros. Look, right here, Jeff Racer was totally sober. The cops investigated the cops. Hey, he had a blood test. You guys just didn't know about it. Here's the results right here, dated and timed right here. See? And here's the lab technician that did it. And the lab technician comes down and goes, yep, I did a blood test. I sure did. Yes, I did. And that copper was 100% sober. He wasn't drunk at all. As a matter of fact, he was really shook up that he had killed a little girl. He felt really bad. I want everybody to know that Jeff Racer right there in the place where we were drawing blood, he said a prayer to God. Everybody praise Jeff Racer. It's just a scam. It's a total scam. Like, we don't know it's a scam. It is a total and complete scam. Cops investigating cops is a total, complete, and utter scam at every single level. There's nothing about cops investigating cops that is fair at all.
pedestrian.
I'd be in jail.
No, you wouldn't. We never put someone in jail unless you're impaired. He was not impaired.
Oh, what a lie. Put a 1 in the chat if that cop's lying. When you hit somebody in the car and they die, they take you down to jail and blood test you immediately. Put a 1 in the chat if this filthy copper is lying.
He passed
Reckless
sobriety.
driving.
He passed a sobriety test? That's funny because everybody at the scene said there was no sobriety test.
It's not a jailable offense. We would document the scene, take care of all the evidence, and then later you may be charged with some kind of a reckless disregard.
Oh, what a bunch of crap, bro. It's murder. It's manslaughter. You're such a lying pig.
It's not a common procedure to put somebody in jail for that.
Oh, you are such a liar. This guy is such a lying fraud. Zirkle, you are a lying piece of trash. When someone hits and kills another person on the road, they get taken to the hospital in torture cuffs at a minimum so they can immediately draw their blood. How do I know this? Because my uncle killed somebody in his car in California decades ago. This is very old. The woman literally stepped out between 2 big trucks and stepped into the street. She was looking for her children. Very sad. And my uncle had a millisecond to respond. She died. I said, "What happened next, Uncle?" He said, "The cops came, grabbed me, put me in cuffs, and took me to the hospital and immediately drew my blood." I said, "Why did they do that?" "They wanted to make sure there was no barbiturates, no cocaine, no alcohol, no methamphetamines in my blood." That's what happened to my uncle. And this poor woman, I mean, tragic as it is, it showed me the protocol. I was 10 years old when my uncle told me this story. So that means if you kill someone, they immediately drag you down and take a blood test immediately to make sure that you're not on chemicals where you were too impaired to respond properly, and that's why you killed the person. In this particular case, we have a half a dozen young people saying this guy was driving like a maniac. So that's manslaughter. Whether he was sober or drunk, that's manslaughter. But here's this filthy pig. Zirkle. You are scum, bro. This guy, Zirkle, just so you know, you'll watch this dude. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can fool all the people some of the time. You can fool all of the people some of the time. But Zirkle, you can't fool me anytime. You are a scum-sucking evil man. You are evil. You have covered up for dozens of cops through your careers. You have lied on your reports. You have rubber stamp reports that you know are lying. You have hidden body cam footage. You have hidden dash cam footage. The chiefs of police in America are the scum-sucking pigs of our country. Each chief has hidden hundreds of cases, has protected hundreds of bad cops, has lied, cheated, and stole, cheated on reports, ripped people off, lied about someone who died when they should have lived. Each one of these chiefs, and there's so many chiefs in America, is the biggest scum-sucking pig in that department. And who's the chief information officer, the chief technology officer of each pig department where we file for our FOIAs? It's the chief of that department. When you file a FOIA or a public information request, you know who approves of that or denies it? The chief of police. Why do we pay for body cam footage and dash cam footage so that some chief I mean, take a look at this guy. Take a look at this guy. Just take a look, okay? Just take a look. I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying, take a look at this guy. This guy's the chief. He's the chief. This guy's chief. He's chief. Just a butt plug. I mean, really, look at him. Just a lying, conniving swine, lying pig. I'm sorry, he is. And I'm not sorry I said it. He's a lying, conniving, slime-sucking pig. That's what he is. And he's the one that's going to make sure that his buddies over at the Kentucky State Police, they're going to cover everything up. Laney's family, I'm really sorry. They're going to cover up everything. They're going to have a technician who drew the blood. They're going to have some sort of one of their piggies who's going to be like, "Oh, I took him down there and we did a blood draw." It's going to be a total cover up. Look how quickly this piggy is ready to invoke, "Hey, we're bringing in the Kentucky State Police. We're bringing them in. You got nothing to worry about. We got another pig agency coming in to do the investigation."
He told me the same thing.
Jail over a loss of life.
Ma'am, if you leave here today and hit someone, a kid walks out in front of you or whatever, we would investigate the thing. We wouldn't take you to jail.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's lying. If you hit a kid and killed them, put a 1 in the chat if you think you'd go to jail. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this guy's lying. I just want to know, do you think that if you hit and killed a kid that you would immediately be put in torture cuffs and taken to at least the hospital, if not the jail? Put a 1 in the chat.
Well, all the evidence is in, and then you charge somebody. If you would have done that.
Liar.
That makes no sense. There may be a different department.
He's not been charged yet.
Is it West Virginia?
Yes, you are. Why not?
Am I?
Because all the facts ain't in.
I may be saying the wrong state. I may be saying Kentucky instead of West Virginia. It's Huntington, West Virginia. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
We got other facts do you need? Well, everybody's claiming speed. We need the black box out.
So it's the West Virginia State Police that are coming in that are going to do the cover up.
They're supposed to download that tomorrow.
Okay, but
They downloaded the black box and there was nothing retrievable. So the black box didn't work. So we don't know how fast Jeff Racer was going, unless, of course, you take the testimony from the witnesses.
I don't know. Ask the state police, honey. I am not investigating this.
Ask the state police, honey. He said, ask the state police, honey. That's what he said. So, if my brother is going to investigate my murder, then hey, don't talk to me. I'm not investigating my murder. Go talk to my brother. Go talk to my brother in the Fraternal Order of Police. What do they call you in fraternities? They call you brothers. So my brother's investigating this. I promise, though, he's real honest. He's really impartial. He's going to be as fair as he can. Honey, go talk to the state police. Go talk to the West Virginia State Police. They're the ones doing the investigation. I couldn't even imagine that they're going to be unfair to you and your family, And it's already been determined that our cop wasn't drunk. We already determined it. We've already made the determination. We've already rubber stamped it. We already know. The cameras don't work. Sorry. Copper wasn't drunk. I mean, it sounds like, it was your kid's a problem. It was your kid. Do you even have custody of your child?
Y'all tell us that, HPE tells us that, and they say nothing.
Well, go up there.
Look at that. You see that? It was doing 35 miles an hour. Do you see that?
I see that.
Do you guys see this? You see this? You see this? 35 miles an hour.
I
Tell me
know.
how that happened on 35 miles an hour.
Ma'am, I have never
You know
said.
how that happened? Because he wasn't.
I don't know.
Okay,
how
so
fast
even
it is.
if the black box or whatever you call it is getting pulled out into the public tomorrow about his actual speed,
They're going to download it.
okay,
When the state police announces or releases anything.
why?
When the state police just so willing to pass off to the investigation to his brothers in the fraternity.
Is he here? Is he here to work or
He's
is there
not
a court
out. He's
hearing?
not here.
She wants to know if there's a
He's
court.
not here.
We watched him walk in.
You did not watch him walk in.
Is there a meeting here for,
No,
where's the meeting that will be for Mr. Jeffrey?
he's home until,
With his family.
okay, he's home.
When's the meeting gonna be with Mr. Rush?
I haven't scheduled one because I'm going to assign an out of county sheriff.
And there it is. I'm going to assign an out-of-county sheriff, one of my brothers in the Fraternal Order of Police, to come and investigate their brothers in this pig department. And you know what they're going to find? That there was no wrongdoing, that their pigger was I can't fix the mic. The mic's screwed. So they're going to find that the piggy didn't do anything wrong, that the piggy is completely and utterly innocent. And look, it's not him. It's not Zirkle. It's the state police doing the investigation. The brothers in the fraternity are doing the investigation, and I promise you they're honest. I promise. It reminds me of that cop in Ironton who said, I'm a real constitutionalist. And then you talk to Beth Rist, and she's got 2 different incidents where this constitutionalist is punching people when they're in torture cuffs with their arms behind their back, but yet the so-called captain of Ironton Police is punching people when they're in torture cuffs. But he swore up and down to me that he was really a good person. He swore he was a good person. He was a constitutionalist. And this guy's saying, honey, we promise that our brothers in the Fraternal Order of Police are going to investigate this, and we promise that you're going to get a fair shake. We promise. How much longer are you going to believe these bullshit lies by these disgusting pigs in our country? You can no longer trust, you can't trust any Bureau of Investigations, no BCI, no Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, no Georgia Bureau of Investigations, no California Bureau. You cannot trust cops to investigate cops.
Have you spoken? Just like he was
No, I haven't.
You've not spoken.
I have not. I have not.
I would have to say you're a liar.
Well, you can call me a liar. I have not spoke to him. This is my chief deputy. He's not spoke to him because we're probably going to have to do disciplinary action on him, and I'm the one that's going to have to discipline him.
Oh, I'm going to be the one that's going to have to discipline him. You can call me a liar if you want. Okay, Zirkle, you're a lying pig. You are a lying pig, and you are hiding the manslaughter of Laney Hudson to protect your deputy. You're a liar, Zirkle. You said you can call me a liar? Let me be the first to do it. You're a lying, scum-sucking pig. You are the problem with our culture. You're the problem with our society. People like you who take people to dungeons. Dungeons aren't working. We've been doing it for decades. It's not working. Crime's never been higher. Drug abuse has never been higher. I know another guy who just overdosed on fentanyl. Another person. I know another girl who just overdosed on fentanyl. Who do you think's putting the fentanyl in the drugs? I bet it's the FBI. I'll bet it's the DEA. I'll bet the Drug Enforcement Agency and the FBI are the people sticking the fentanyl into the cocaine. And I think that because the same thing that J. Edgar Hoover did in 1924 when he took over the FBI and he started sticking poison in the alcohol bottles. So Zirkle, you wanted someone to call you a liar? Let me be the first to do it. Not only are you a liar, you're a dirty, scum-sucking pig who's hidden tons and tons of murders, assaults, crimes. You are the worst of humans on earth. This guy right here that you're looking at, everybody wants to respect these guys. I have no respect for them. This man is the biggest pig you will ever meet in your entire life. He is a scum-sucking pig. He's covering up the murder. That guy right there is covering up the murder. And I'm sorry if you guys don't like it, but I'm telling the truth. These guys are covering up for each other constantly.
We're gonna have to. You're probably.
Never. How do you want me to word it? I don't know the facts yet. You guys have got to understand it. If you want to go protest, go up there state, please. I haven't scheduled one because I'm going to assign an out of county sheriff.
Of course you are. One of your brothers in the fraternity.
Have you spoken?
Yes, like
And then Opal says to cover their tracks, right? That's right, Opal. You got it right.
No, I haven't.
You've not spoken.
I have not. I have not.
I would have to say you're a liar.
Well,
He is lying. He said, I haven't spoken to my deputy. Yes, he did. He told him to shut up and stay down.
you can call me a liar.
No, I did call you a liar.
Not spoke to him.
Yes, you have spoken to him.
My chief deputy, he's not.
This is my chief deputy. No, none of you guys would help cover for the other. None of you would do that. Of course, he didn't speak to him either. The chief deputy. So there's the chief and the chief deputy. So now we have the chief and the chief deputy. Okay.
To him because we're probably going to have to do disciplinary action on him.
We're probably going to have to do disciplinary. He says, we're probably going to have to do disciplinary action, and I'm going to be the one that has to do it. Forget about your dead daughter. I'm going to have to discipline my deputy. Can you imagine how I feel right now? I've got to actually say that one of mine did something wrong. This is tearing me apart inside. This is my chief deputy. And he's the one that's going to help me do the discipline for this guy who murdered your daughter. But we should feel bad for him. He has to discipline his deputy. And this is the chief deputy. And then there's the chief deputy and the assistant chief deputy.
And I'm the one that's going to have to discipline.
And I'm the one that's going to have to discipline.
Probably gonna have to. You're probably.
Never. How do you want me to word it?
How do I want you to word it? That your cop killed someone and that you guys are covering up.
I don't know the facts yet.
Yes, you do.
Understand it. If you want to go protest, go up there state.
Once again.
You haven't been told anything. I have told you that he's on the
Once again. I mean, listen, if you want to protest.
Never. How do you want me to word it? I don't know the facts yet. You guys have got to understand it.
You've got to understand. There it is again, y'all. There it is again. You guys have got to understand. You've got to understand. What do we have to understand? Why do I need to understand? They say it all the time. And what do I say to them? No, I don't understand. What does Press with Rancor say? Hey, you have to understand. No, I don't understand. I don't have to be under your stand. I'm not under your stand. You are below me to uphold my rights. You are under the line. I'm above the line. I'm the foremost ranking person here. I'm the top rank. You're the servant. And this guy, if you want to protest, go protest the state police. You're talking to the mother of a dead child, Zirkle. You are a scumbag, dude. This guy covers up. Remember, like I say, it's called the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. It is called the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. There it is right there. That's the actual, it's the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. How quick was this copper ready to pass it to the state police? How quick was James Sheets' murderers ready to pass it to BCI? I showed you guys the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. I showed you guys the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations. They all want to just immediately, as quick as they can, send it to the next person. Get it to, because when they all go to the Fraternal Order of Police meetings, each state gets together with the BCI of their state. And by the way, Ohio's BCI, and I talked about Detective Banksky over at the Ohio BCI, you guys are trash. Release all the footage. Release all the footage. Release all the footage. The investigation's over. I filed it for you. Lots of people filed for you. Where's all the footage? I'm just wondering. I'm asking for a friend here. Why can't we have all the footage from James Sheets? Oh, because the super cops investigated. We don't need to see it now. The super cops of Ohio investigated James Sheets' murder. The super cops of West Virginia are going to investigate Laney Hudson's murder. And you know what they're going to find out? That you guys don't need to see any black box. We don't need to show you guys the camera footage from the intersection. We investigated, and the super cops, who would never cover for the other cops, they've let you know that nothing bad happened here. You okay with that? You okay with that? I just want to make sure you're all right. Just want to make sure you're okay with that. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You want to go protest, go up to state police and protest why you haven't been told anything. I have told you.
Yeah, I'm the sheriff of the land in this area, but don't talk to me. Talk to the state police. I was elected for this county, but you know what? Don't talk to me. Talk to the...
He's on administrative leave. He's not here.
Paid leave.
Huh?
Paid leave.
Yeah, you always do that.
Oh, they always do that. They always are on paid leave. I mean... You know, we always pay cops who murder kids in the street. This is normal. Like, why are you questioning this? Do you know in the 1951 case of Tenney versus Brandoff that gave all the judges and the prosecutors and legislators in the country qualified immunity? People want to talk about qualified immunity. Cops' qualified immunity is irrelevant in comparison to having legislator and judges qualified immunity that happened in 1951 in Tenney versus Brandoff. So when you talk about corruption to the core, the judges, the prosecutors, the legislator, and the cops all have immunity for anything that happened to you.
So Dad, we always put someone on paid leave. It's just protocol.
Oh, yeah. And just so you know, Tenney versus Brandoff that passed in 1951, the reason why they gave legislators and judges immunity from prosecution and immunity from doing anything wrong to you is because that's just how it's always been done. There was no real logic behind it. That's just how it's always been done. And so, of course, we give judges and legislators immunity. That's how it's always been done. So that's how we do it now. But America is supposed to live under the rule of law. And the very first rule of law is that government and its agents are accountable to the rule of law. So Tenney versus Brandoff, 1951, you wonder why we have the worst judges in the world. It's because of Tenney versus Brandoff. I mean, they stacked up dog poo on top of dog poo, and they wonder why it's going so terrible.
You always ask the mother if she's got custody of her child.
I just wondered.
It's offensive.
I'm sorry. Then if I've offended you, I'm sorry. The state police indicated that they were having trouble finding the mother and
They never looked for me.
They told her that they were
They
going to
told
come
me
to
to
get
sit
her.
at my house and they'd be right there. I said for an hour and a half while my baby laid up there on the ground.
But ma'am, I didn't tell you that. My
Nobody told me nothing.
Somebody-
Come on, let's go, guys.
department hasn't told you that. He's up.
You've not
So
said
when
nothing.
are you gonna set this scheduled meeting for this?
Come on, you don't know yet. Yeah, you don't know. Come on.
Well, I mean, you
Come on,
got an idea?
Yeah, we're working on the internal investigation.
Okay, but do you know?
We're working on the internal investigation. You're working on the cover-up, Zirkle. You're making sure that the right cops from West Virginia State Cops are the ones on your case. You're working on the cover-up.
What does the meeting matter?
I'm the mother.
What does the meeting matter? What does it matter?
The internal
Okay,
investigation.
but do you know when you're gonna set?
What does the meeting matter?
I'm the mother, that's why it
You
matters.
think you're gonna be in on the
No,
meeting?
no, we just want to know that.
Why would I not?
Wow. Wow. Did you hear what that sheriff said? He said, what makes you think that you would be in on the meeting? Well, it's my dead daughter. Like, the fraternal order of cover-up. And that's what I want you guys to take away from this video is it's a fraternal order of cover-up. They're all a part of a brotherhood. What do they call you in a fraternity? Fraternity brothers. They're all in the brotherhood to protect one another. And if they're not, then BCI release all the footage for James Sheets. Release all the body cam footage, any dash cam footage. Release all footage. Release the text messages that Tommy was sending and Matt Haas was sending. And we have reports that Tommy Shinneman's mom is dead. So he said he was texting his mom. Doesn't sound like it. Sounds like he was texting someone to do the cover-up.
Disciplinary action that you're supposedly gonna give him. When is the meeting gonna
I
happen?
don't know yet.
So a month, you don't know when you're gonna
It'll
maybe this.
be in the near future.
Come on, guys.
What's the near
Let's go.
future meeting?
You know this man right here killed a man last year in his big cop car?
I hope neither one of you ever had a tragic accident.
A tragic accident. You killed a dude in your car and you got away with it because you're the sheriff.
Wait, I had a tragic accident. We have lost a life. I never have a tragic accident.
She just had a tragic accident and it was the copper who killed her daughter.
You hope I never have a tragic accident.
With minus speed limits.
I hope you never have a tragic accident.
What's his name?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this. I'm going to play this from, this is a 9-minute long clip. And if anybody wants to screen record this or snatch this so that they can share this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut my big mouth and I'm going to let this play in entirety for 9 minutes. It's a 9-minute long video clip. And I want you guys to realize, and I want the bigger picture here to be, I'm optimistic that you guys will now start to share that cops investigating cops are all part of the same brotherhood. We're never going to get justice as long as we have cops investigating cops who are all part of the same fraternity. I don't give a damn if it's the Cobble County investigating Lawrence County. I don't care what county it is or what sheriff or what state pig it is. They're all disgusting pigs. Pigs investigate pigs. And what do you get? A big trough full of shit. That's what you get. Excuse my language. I'm just absolutely disgusted with this. And this filthy pig, just like James Sheets, remember, I don't think I'm going to be able to do this investigation. Matt Haas, and you're going to have to call BCI captain. I don't think I can do it. And the captain's like, yeah, we know. We always do this. We do this regularly. This happens all much too often. Anyway, I'll shut up. I'm going to let you guys watch this from the beginning to the end. I hope the sound is okay. If anybody wants this, I'm going to post this 9-minute clip as its own individual video so that people can rip it and use it and to make sure that you continue to expose the Huntington, West Virginia, Cobble County sheriffs are corrupt and pray that Zirkle. Here's the worst part. Zirkle's going to get reelected because enough people, you guys got to rally to get rid of this pig. All right, let me play this from beginning to end. I'll shut up. You guys can watch this from start to finish. Let me know if the sound's okay, and I'll see you guys in 8 minutes and 54 seconds. I'm not going to say a word.
Yeah, you want to talk in there?
Hello. You did for me.
What can you do for me? Can you tell me why no law enforcement officer has reached out to me about my daughter's death? Not even when she died.
You need to talk to the state police about that, man.
The state police didn't hit my babies, you guys did.
You have to understand, this is a bad.
Yeah, you just laughed.
I didn't laugh.
You definitely did.
I have it on recording, you want me to pull it up for you?
I didn't laugh. Just do whatever you want, but just, we're not investigating this. This is a bad time for all of us.
Ed, you're a sheriff. You're a bad time for your sheriff's life. He's being paid. He's being paid for killing my baby, my 13-year-old baby. Do you understand if he would have been driving 35 miles an hour, she would still be here?
I don't know how fast he was doing, man. That's what we're gonna do,
Hold
all
on.
this testing.
Wait, for the investigation part, that's not what she's concerned about. What she's concerned about
What?
is
Nobody has reached out to me. You know, a stranger
He's
told me my
here.
baby was laying on the bed dead or on the ground dead. A stranger. None of you guys have reached out to me. None of you. Why this piece of shit is being paid for killing my baby. That's part of it, to pay.
It always happens that way. We can't.
Wasn't you involved in an accident that killed a young man last year?
Pulled out in front of me, yes, ma'am.
Of course he pulled out in front of you.
Okay,
Of course he
Bill's
did.
got a job.
Pulled out in front of you. Same as my baby was intoxicated and jumped out in front of that officer.
I don't know what your daughter did, ma'am. I didn't say that.
I don't give a fuck what she did. I don't care what she did. She's 13 years old. Was crossing the street. Do you understand that?
The state police.
You don't know what she did. She didn't do nothing.
Okay, do you have custody of your daughter, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's offensive.
Why would you ask me
Well,
that?
I'm just, the
No, but
state
it's
police has been
offensive.
trying to find out, trying to get to the bottom of it.
Jesse and Cole and y'all have always had problems with him. They've always been harassed, and then you want to look at her and say
I
an
just
offensive
wanna know.
statement.
Why wouldn't her mother have custody of her?
I don't know. I'm just asking because I know the state police was having some,
Would you ask
some
him,
issues.
if
They can have no
if
issues.
your daughter
Have they
died,
talked to
do
you?
you have custody
Well,
of
go
her?
talk to the state police while they haven't talked to you.
Watch
Their
here.
investigation is
Your
coming out.
sheriff killed my baby. Your sheriff. Not the state police. This is chief. Your sheriff killed my baby. And none of you have, not one of you sorry pieces of shit that even said sorry.
Man, I'm sorry for
You're
the
not,
loss.
you know, when we come here and started recording, he laughed at me.
I didn't
He
laugh.
laughed.
I wasn't
And I
laughing.
said, can you tell me why nobody stretched out to me? He fucking laughed.
I didn't
Go
laugh.
back outside.
You laughed.
Is
Hey,
there-
take a deep breath and go back outside.
She does not know.
He's not being charged. Anytime there's an
He's not
accident,
being charged.
not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Do you understand that if you would have hit
I'd
somebody?
be in jail.
No, you wouldn't.
Reckless driving,
No, you wouldn't.
leaving a scene.
No, you wouldn't. He didn't leave the scene.
drinking and driving, those are all jail offenses.
It's already been proven he's not drunk at the time. He was
How
not
when, as soon as he hit her, he sat in his car. We have witnesses, and nobody's reached out to us that were there, who have residential homes there,
Okay.
who've seen it happen. 4 other little children who were there and they don't watch.
I understand that.
So,
I get it.
You don't,
I get
you
it.
don't,
Yes, I
because
do.
apparently I didn't even know if you've had an interaction before, you killed somebody and you have your job.
Do you
It's
know-
funny,
Do you
it's
drive?
not
Do
bad.
you
And you are above the law.
No,
because
we're
you
not
are
above the law. If this thing comes out and he's wrong, he's going to be
He
charged
is wrong.
accordingly. If you would have hit, if you leave here today and you hit a pedestrian,
I'd be in jail.
no, you wouldn't. We never put someone in jail unless you're impaired. He was not impaired. He passed the
Reckless
right.
driving,
It's not a jailable offense. We would document the scene, take care of all the evidence, and then later you may be charged with some kind of a reckless disregard. But it's not common procedure to put somebody in jail for that.
HPV told me the
Why are you
same
in
thing.
jail over a loss of life?
Ma'am, if you leave here today and hit someone, a kid walks out in front of you or whatever, well, we would investigate the thing. We wouldn't take you to
Well, and
jail
why is Huntington
until all the
County
evidence is in, and then you charge somebody. or something like
investigating
that.
their own
If you would
county?
have done
That's
that,
another
you
thing.
wouldn't.
Does she have a
That
court
makes
hearing
no
coming
sense.
up?
There may be a different department.
He's not been charged yet.
I didn't intervene.
He's not been
You're right,
charged with a
you're
crime yet.
There's somebody in my ear. Yes,
You
you are.
understand
Why
that?
not?
Because all the facts ain't in. We gotta
What
work.
other facts do you need?
Well, everybody's claiming speed. We need the black box out.
How long
They're
does it
supposed to
take?
download that tomorrow.
Okay, but But
Why
nobody's
tomorrow?
reached out.
I don't know. Ask the state police, honey. I am not investigating this.
Y'all tell us that, HB tells us that, and they say nothing.
Well, go up there.
Look at that, you see that? It was doing 35 miles an hour. Do you see that?
I see that.
Do you guys see this? You see this? You see this? 35 miles an hour.
I
Tell me
know.
how that happened on 35 miles an hour.
Ma'am, I have never
Do you know
said,
how that happened? Because he wasn't.
I don't know.
Okay, so even if the black box or whatever you call it is getting pulled out into the public tomorrow about his actual speech,
They're going to download it.
okay,
When the state police announces or releases anything.
why is he here? Is he here to work or is there a court
He's
hearing?
not here.
She wants to know if there's a
He's
court.
not here.
We watched
Is there
him
a
walk
court hearing
in.
for
He
him
did
in
not
this
watch him
courthouse?
walk in.
Is there a meeting here for,
No,
where's the meeting at? Will be for Mr. Jeffrey.
he's home until,
With his family.
okay, he's home.
Where's the meeting gonna be with Mr.
I haven't scheduled one because I'm going to assign an out of county sheriff
After
to
you
come
guys
in.
covered your
Have
tracks,
you
right?
spoke to him?
Just like he was rude.
No,
You
I
were in
haven't.
his car.
You've not spoke to him?
I have not.
Okay,
I
Sheriff,
have not.
I would have to say you're a liar.
Well, you can call me a liar. I have not spoke to him. This is my chief deputy. He's not spoke to him because we're probably going to have to do disciplinary action on him, and I'm the one that's going to have to
You're
discipline.
probably gonna have to.
Have to.
You're probably.
Whatever. How do you want me to word it? I don't know the facts yet. You guys have got to understand, if you want to go protest, go up there to state police and protest while you haven't been told anything. I have told you that he's on administrative leave. He's not here.
Paid leave.
Huh?
Paid leave.
Yeah,
You always do that.
this is the dad.
We always put someone on paid leave. It's just protocol.
Is it
Anytime,
protocol that you always ask the mother if she's got custody of your child?
I just wondered.
It's offensive.
I'm sorry, if I offended you, I'm sorry. The state police indicated that they were having trouble finding the mother
They
and.
never
and-
looked for me. They never
They
looked
told
for
her
me.
that they were
They
gonna
told
come
me
to
to sit
get her.
at my house and they'd be right there. I sat for an hour and a half while my baby laid up there on the ground.
But ma'am, I didn't tell you that.
No, you're not told me nothing.
Somebody-
Come on, let's go back.
My department hasn't told you that. He's not.
You've not
So
said
when
that.
are we gonna set the scheduled meeting for this?
Come on, let's go. Yeah, we don't know. Come on.
I mean, you have an idea?
Yeah, we're working on the entire
Okay,
investigation.
but do you know when you want to set?
What does the meeting matter?
I'm the mother, that's why it
You
matters.
think you're going to be in on the
No,
meeting?
no, we just wanna know that.
Why would she know that I'm not?
For the disciplinary action that you're supposedly gonna give him. When is the meeting gonna
I
happen?
don't know yet.
So, mine, you don't know when you're gonna maybe.
It'll be in the near future.
Come on, guys.
What's the near future meeting?
You know this man right here killed a man last year in his big cop car?
I hope neither one of you ever had a tragic accident.
We had a tragic accident. We have lost a life. I never had a tragic accident. You hope I never have a tragic accident.
We minus speed limits.
I hope you never have a tragic accident.
What's his name?
She jumped.
Cops investigating cops equals cops getting away with murder. State cops, Bureau of Criminal Cops, super cops, attorney general cops, any cops who investigate cops are going to find that the cop did nothing wrong. We need a true third party that is not attached to policing. And this isn't my words. This is the Seabury Commission of 1929, the Wickersham of 1931 and 32, the Knapp Commission of 1972, 1974, the Mullen Commission of 1994, all the police commissions where they did years-long studies on the fraternal order of policing is that you need a third party. You have to have, according to James Madison, the writer of the Constitution with Thomas Jefferson, you must have men's ambition to counter men's ambition. As long as we have cops investigating cops, Laney Hudson will never get justice. None of us will ever get justice. If these cops kill you, murder you, assault you, wrongfully imprison you, when you have cops investigating cops, it's the fraternal order of cover-up. It is never ending. and it will never stop. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that cops should not be investigating cops. Drop a 1 in the chat if you believe that cops should not be investigating cops. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that cops should not be investigating cops. What's happening all over the country? Not guilty. Where's the text messages from Tommy Shinneman's phone? Where are the text messages from Matt Haas, who were texting furiously after they murdered James? Where's it at? The black box? The cops investigated the black box that Laney Hudson was murdered in that car. And you know what the cops found? That there was nothing on the black box. They cracked it open. They downloaded it. There was nothing there. Sorry. Laney's dead. Sorry. We had our cops investigate. The super cops came. We got this new BCI super cop group. They're going to come in and investigate. You know what? It's all good, baby. It's all good. No wrongdoing. They don't even call it a crime. They don't call it assault. They don't call it a murder. They don't call it a kidnapping. They call it wrongdoing. Meanwhile, you're called a criminal or a perpetrator upon sight. So as long as we continue to have this cops investigating cops, I sent off a StreamYard link to both Jesse and to Opal. I don't know if they're watching or not, but I sent. They said they were watching the stream. I sent a StreamYard link to both Jesse and Opal to see if they wanted to come on. Not sure if they've seen it yet. They may have not seen their text message. I want to give them just a couple of minutes to see if they want to come on. If they do, they will appear in the bottom of the studio here, and I'll bring them on. I believe that Jesse was the one that recorded this, and you guys are seeing that cops investigating cops is the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. Don't call it the Fraternal Order of Police anymore. It's the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. That's what we're looking at. And if you don't know, now you know. The Fraternal Order of Cover-Up. That's what you're looking at. You're looking at this Fraternal Order of Cover-Up right there. You see it? It's right there. And the reason why it's the Fraternal Order of Cover-Up is because there's cops investigating cops all over the country, and they just find no crime. There's no crime here. The cops investigated the cops, and you know what? The cameras at the intersection weren't working. The black box didn't work. The witnesses, their testimony of him doing 80, no good. They were too young. We can't listen to young people. The young people said they were doing that. The copper was doing 85 and a 35, but their testimony doesn't matter. The black box was inconclusive. The blood test came back negative. He wasn't drinking. So who's doing the investigation of the blood test? Who's doing the breathalyzer? Who's doing the black box? Who's doing the cameras in the intersection? The cops. The cops. And you wonder why the cops are not you wonder why the cops are not guilty? Because the cops are investigating the cops, and this brother from this fraternity is investigating this brother from this fraternity. And you know what they find out? Cops have done nothing wrong. Cops have done nothing wrong. Isn't that a shocker? Oh yeah, let me make sure you guys can hear her.
Hello.
Hey Jesse, can you guys hear Jesse? Just let me know if you can hear her. How you doing, Jesse? Go ahead and talk.
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay?
Yeah, we're getting ready to go over to Laney's spot and protest for a little while, I guess.
Yeah. Can you guys hear her? Give me a 5x5 if you can hear her okay. So, I wasn't in the sheriff's department with you, obviously. But just from the screen that we see, the sheriff left like a little residue of slime all over the screen. Is that the same feeling you get in person from him?
Yes. He had no empathy for Opal whatsoever. Kind of chuckled at the beginning of their meeting. They take no responsibility. Chille, here's the thing. We've got so many negative comments, people calling Opal a bad mom, bashing Opal because Laney had stayed with me for a while. Opal's is not a bad mom. Laney stayed with me, like I told everybody, because her uncle, my fiance, had no kids. So we spoiled Laney. Not that we didn't discipline Laney. Anytime any parent's child gets in trouble, of course you're going to discipline that child. Laney wasn't allowed to act like, I guess what everybody would say, a hood rat. I mean, Laney was a very good, well-behaved kid. She was just a teenager. I mean, every teenager does things. They sneak out, they lie. You know what I mean? Every teenager does that. Mine and Opal's biggest thing is we know Jeff Racer did not intentionally mean to hit Laney. We know that. But he hasn't even so much as apologized. They're all talking about, oh, he feels so bad and he's so sorry. Well, why hasn't he not reached out to at least apologize to Opal? None of them have.
It's a fair question.
I mean, that's what we want to know. Why? Why not even so much as accept responsibility that you made a mistake? Yes, it was an accident. We believe with our whole hearts that he did not intentionally mean to hit Laney. We know he didn't. But at least take responsibility for what you've done.
Right. He could at least say, I'm sorry that this tragedy happened. I'm sorry that I was a part of it. I'm sorry that little girls passed on. That's not claiming that you're sorry for wrongdoing. You're saying you're sorry that someone has passed on and that you were a part of that. And they're not even offering you that.
No one still to this day, no one from the Cabell County Sheriff's Department or the Huntington Police Department or even the West Virginia State Police Department has contacted my sister and said, ma'am, we are sorry that you are dealing with this tragic loss. No, Sheriff Chuck Zirkle wants to tell Laney's mom and dad that he hopes they never experience a tragic loss or have a tragic accident. Well, what is this considered then? A big part of our family, Laney was the biggest part of our family, is now missing. She's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, we are doing everything we can just to hold it together, just to try and live. It's not. Laney was the glue that held us all together.
So let me ask you a question. You heard my broadcast here. I'm claiming, and I'm on the end of the walking the pier here, walking the plank. I'm saying that if cops investigate cops, that you're not going to get justice. What do you think of that statement?
Absolutely not. I don't understand. Why does it have to be another police officer or another police barracks that comes and investigates other cops? How are we ever going to get any justice if the law's investigating the law?
Right.
They're all friends. I've done a Google search and who was it? Bellman, I think's his name, the state police officer that had commented that Jeff Racer had been tested. And he has also been the main one to investigate everything else with Sheriff Chuck Zirkle.
What's the state police officer's officer's name?
I think his last name's Bellman.
Bowman or Bellman?
Bellman, I think.
Bell. So you're telling me that there's one state cop who investigates all of Zirkle's murders and his crimes?
Yes. Well, if you Google, actually, I Googled Sheriff Chuck Zirkle, and every investigation that he's been involved in, well, the state police officer that made the comment that Jeff Racer had his blood test and his field sobriety test done is the same cop that is in every one of Zirkle's investigations.
Wow. Did you guys hear that? So she's saying she just Googled Chuck Zirkle and she found that the state pig who investigates this pig is always letting has he ever found Zirkle guilty of anything?
I don't think so.
So Zirkle's cops and Zirkle never make a mistake. This reminds me of the Harris County where we just had News Now Ninja. I remember hearing a statistic that from the year 1994 until the year 2008 in Harris County, there had been 200 police shootings and 200 justified police shootings. That means out of 200 shootings that the Harris County Sheriff's Department never made a single mistake. They were perfect every time they murdered somebody. So now you're saying that the cop Bellman is the one who does all of Chuck Zirkle's investigations and that Chuck Zirkle is found not guilty of each and every investigation? Is that right, Jesse? Is that right, Jesse? Did I lose you, Jess? Are you there?
No, I'm here. It was breaking up real bad, but I'm here. I can hear you.
What I said was that means that this guy does all of Chuck Zirkle's investigations and he's not guilty on all of them?
Yes. He like if you Google his name, it pops up. Any investigation that Chuck Zirkle is involved in or is doing, that state trooper is with him.
So no wonder why Chuck Zirkle was so adamant about, hey, the state police are going to come in because his buddy Bellman's going to come in. I guarantee you, if y'all do a little internet research, you're going to find that Bellman worked with Zirkle's dad or brother or uncle or cousin, and then Bellman's cousin, brother, or uncle worked with one of Zirkle's cousins, brothers, uncles, best friends, and they're all a part of a fraternal brotherhood of police. So you're telling me that the same state cop who does all the investigations for Chuck Zirkle, some guy named Bellman, finds him not guilty on all of them, and then Chuck just can't wait to get the state police in there. He just can't wait.
Right. How are we ever going to get justice if nobody besides the police is investigating the police?
How are we? That's a quote. Put it in the comment. Jessie Marie just asked a very important question. How are we ever going to get justice if the police are investigating the police? I don't give a damn if it's the Cobble County sheriffs with the shitbag sheriffs, with the dickhead sheriffs, with the fraudulent sheriffs, with the cheating sheriffs, with the murdering county sheriffs, with the embezzling county sheriffs, with the BCI, with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, with the Georgia Bureau of Investigations. When you have cops that investigate cops, you get crap. You get covers up of murders, covers up of manslaughter. And, Jessie Marie is saying they don't think Jeff Racer is a bad person, a bad human, that he didn't particularly run down that little girl, but he was driving like a moron, 85 miles an hour because he's in his 20s. And you slow down when you get a little older, and then he killed Laney, and she wants justice for it. But now we have the same pigger investigating Chuck Zirkle's piggers, who always investigates Chuck Zirkle's piggers. Is that right?
Yes.
Man, if anybody in West Virginia, I was misspeaking earlier. I was calling Kentucky. I can't keep track of all the corruption in that little tri-state area, but they're saying that in West Virginia, the West Virginia state copper. And you found this just by doing a tiny bit of research on the internet?
Yes. As soon as you type in Chuck Zirkle's name and Google it, it's like a few stories down, but you'll see every time he's had to do an investigation or been under investigation, it's that sheriff or the state trooper that made the statement that Jeff Racer was given the 2 field sobriety test and the blood test or the breathalyzers. It's that same state trooper in every one of Chuck's stories.
How long after Racer killed Laney did that state trooper Bellman release that statement?
I think it was when did they release the statement that Jeff wasn't drinking?
I think it was like a week after.
Yeah, if that.
So you got cops protecting cops. It's the fraternal order of cover-up. Everybody knows it, Jesse. It's not a secret. Everybody knows. Well, I got the GoFundMe up here. Hopefully you get a few more bucks in there. And if you need to talk at any time, I'm available for you 24/7.
Okay, and I just want to say one more thing. People are on Facebook saying that we're a bunch of cop haters and that we all have criminal history and Opal's got a past. Listen, I don't care what Laney's family's past is or whether we're on drugs or we're not on drugs. It still does not change the fact that Laney is not here. That Jeff Racer hit and killed her and still yet has not apologized. It doesn't change the fact that we will never see Laney go to prom. We'll never get to teach Laney how to drive. We'll never get to hold her when she's sick. I feel like we're never going to get justice for Laney. It doesn't change the fact that she's not here. She's not here. So for everyone out there that's saying we're cop haters, we're not. My little brother just passed his written and physical exam for Huntington Police Department. We're not cop haters. We just want justice.
I'm a cop hater. I don't like cops. I don't respect cops. Don't take my personal views and project them onto this family. I don't like or respect cops. I've known for decades that they're scum. I've known for decades that there's a fraternal order of cover-up. I've known for decades that cops are scumbags because I've read the police commissions and I was arrested by them and treated bad. I don't like or respect cops. This family has a young man signing up to join the Death Star. So they're not really against cops if their family members are signing up for cops. And by the way, I'm really sorry. You're going to get a lot of my haters because they know that I'm a motherfucking game changer and they want to stop me, but they're not going to stop me. And we
appreciate everything you're doing. You are the only person that has reached out to Laney's family and tried to get our side of the story, or let Opal hear her voice be heard. Everyone else, even the Welsh News, has bashed Opal. I mean, she's a grieving mother. She's doing what she can and
honey,
processing this
that's not a
the
news
best she can.
agency. That's
She
a
has-
troll channel.
I know. She just is still, you know what I mean? It bothers Opal, like the harsh comments and the things they're saying, like that really bothers Opal. Opal has 3 younger children that she has to stay strong for. Opal can't just break down and quit. She can't.
Right.
Or she would.
Well, I want you to know something, and Jonathan Mitchell Music just pointed this out. The haters are loudest, but you have far more supporters. There's far more people who support transparency and justice than are haters. You're going to get people like this fraud who's going to do these channels and try to say like he's something. The truth is, though, they don't really care. They didn't put thousands of dollars on your GoFundMe. They didn't do that. All they want to do is have a place on the internet where people will listen to them. This group of people right here, this room of people, we literally put thousands of dollars on that GoFundMe page, because we deeply care. We're not fake like these other people. They literally, you're going to get haters who 10% of people are leaders, 90% are followers. So that means of the 90%, a lot of those are trolls and haters. So you're going to hear them, but you have far more supporters than that 90%. I want you to know that. So.
Thank you, Chille.
All right. Well, anything else you wanted to add or anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, that's it.
I'll be here. All right. We'll keep doing this
Thank you so much.
week in, week out until Jeff Racer's arrested. We're not going to stop.
No, we will never stop.
We don't stop. All right. I'll see you soon, Jesse. You take care.
You too.
Love you, honey. Bye-bye. So there it is. They're beating that family up. She mentioned a troll channel on my live. I wish she hadn't, but these troll channels are garbage, and YouTube is perpetuating them, allowing them to continue. Which in my negotiation currently with YouTube, my stipulations for me to stop suing are very clear. Troll channel has to go. If the troll channel doesn't go, I keep suing. And that's what I've told YouTube. So if the troll channel doesn't go, in my case, I'll continue to sue the troll channel and I'll continue to sue YouTube. And that's what I'll do. I told people this is the last person that they do this to, and I meant it. And now we got a troll channel attacking this family who just lost a young child. Everybody, let's report this channel. Do you guys want to do a mass report? Should we do a mass report? Okay, Brandon, I see you there, buddy. I see you there. DLZ clips, take a note of that so we can. So should we do a mass reporting? Should we do a mass reporting? Should I pull up the channel and should we mass report them? Put a 1 in the chat if we should mass report this channel that's harassing this family. Put a 1 in the chat if I should show you guys this channel and we should mass report them for harassment of a family. If not, I'll let it go. And I'll walk it away. If you guys want to mass report this channel, I'll show the channel and we'll report them for harassing a grieving family. If you guys want to do it, because this kind of crap makes me mad. It's like you want to attack me because I'm a game changer. Go ahead, but don't attack someone's family. Don't attack someone. All right, let me look them up real fast here. Just real quick, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look at this channel, and we can mass report it because this is nonsense. This is, and these people are just such haters. They're just such terrible human beings. They really, really are. So let me see if I can find anything here. Oh, of course. Look at this. I don't even want to share this. I don't even want to share it. It's just such trash. It's just such, it's not even, the worst part about, I'm looking at this channel that I've never seen before. It's not even about Laney or Opal or Jessie Marie. It's about me. And so I don't really want to share it. I don't want to promote somebody who's just such trash. Just such trash, but I'll show it to you. Let's take a look and let's go and report this channel for so there's the channel right there. As you can see, it's not even about Opal or Laney. It's about me. And what they want to do is cause me problems and cause me names. And this is the name of the channel, the Welsh News Network. And as you can see, it's just about a way to try to bash me. And look at the people on here. I mean, just such lowball people. I mean, look, the entire channel is just dedicated to attacking me no matter what I do. So now, it's not even about Laney or Opal. It's about attacking me constantly. I mean, look at this. Just wow. I mean, I've never seen this before. I mean, wow. Just look. I mean, and look at these horrific people. Ugh, yuck. So it's not even about Laney. It's not even about that. I mean, and look at this guy. I mean, look at him. Look what a loser. I mean, what an absolute loser. Look, the entire page is dedicated to just hacking me, and because let me just talk about this for a second. Because I have never seen this person, never seen this page before, because I have never acknowledged them, they're now attacking the family of Laney Hudson, who was just killed by a cop. This is pathetic. So let me just show you guys what to do here. So go over here, right here. So if you want to, so here's the channel. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Let me make it big so you guys can see it. So then right here, just so you guys know, you go over here and you go to the About tab. You see the About tab right there? And then you go right here. Oh, it's from the UK. So it's just some loser over in the UK. Go right here. And I have him blocked already. And I'm going to report this user. And this is going to be harassment and cyberbullying. Next. And all of these videos, every single video here that has my name in it, just incredible. Just Laney's family, like they don't want anything to do with you, dude. I mean, just look. It's just incredible. I mean, look at this. Just a total loser. Just a total loser. There's no other. And so I'm just going to go next. I'm going to say this entire channel. My C doesn't work. I'm going to take a screenshot real quick here because I have a lawsuit against YouTube right now, and I'm going to submit it. So please, if you guys would please pop over here to this channel and report them for bullying and harassment. Sorry about the heavy breathing, Jackie. Sorry about that heavy breathing, Jackie. Apologize for that. But now you guys know where to look and go mass report this guy's channel. What a scumbag. What an absolute scumbag. So, Bruce said he's got a live today at 3:30 p.m. But that will just increase his viewership. Just really absolute scum. Just scum. And then at DLZ Clips, let's go through and look for any videos of mine he uses, and let's copyright strike him, because I have ongoing copyright litigation, meaning you can't even show one frame of my video, or I can copyright strike you. So let's copyright strike every one of his videos, and let's have this crowd go over there and attack him, and just, you know, because he's an absolute scumbag for what he's doing, attacking the family that just lost Laney. And let's inform YouTube that this guy is an absolute troll channel, and his channel doesn't belong. Yeah, he's clout chasing big time. Yeah, this is, I mean, guys like this who are just, the lowest level bottom feeders, it's going to make me mad. So I'm going to stop. I want this to remain about Laney. And so they're just attacking the family that lost somebody just to try to hurt me. Because as you can see, the guys made videos about me for months. So anyway, listen, I'm going to get the flock out of here. This is painful that this family is being attacked by these bad people. This is very painful for me, and it hurts. It's very hurtful. So if you guys would please, you can't have channels that are dedicated to bullying and harassing people. And his entire channel is dedicated to bullying and harassing. Someone asked me a week or two ago and said, "Hey, would you be willing to talk to this person?" And they gave me the name of that person's channel. And I said, absolutely not. I'm going to find out who that person was, and I'm going to block that person too, because take care of yourself, brother. You're on the wrong page. You're on the wrong page. I do appreciate that, but attacking the death of a 13-year-old girl just to try to hurt me is sick. It's sick. So and when I say make sure you go over and go after that channel, I mean report them properly is what I mean. Make sure you report that channel for bullying and harassing, and it's just ridiculous. So everybody get over there if you could, please. And listen, we don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. None of these things are going to stop me. I guarantee you that. I will continue to broadcast about Laney. I will continue to show her story. I will never stop. Jeff Racer, you're not going to get a job being a cop anywhere else. I'll come to where you are, and I'll go to the high school and the junior high school, and I will rally against you, Jeff Racer. You and I are connected for life, Mr. Racer. And I'll just make sure people know that you're a murderer. No matter where you go or what you do, you're not going to work as a pig in this country again. And if you do, it's going to have to be in Indiana or Louisiana, one of these police state, prison state, death states where they just suck it up, So anyway, listen, I'm frustrated with what I just saw. I got to get the flock out of here. All right. Thank you guys for joining in. I'm glad we packed thousands of dollars onto this GoFundMe. Opal, we feel you. We see you. Everybody here loves and supports you. Mother, son, mother, daughter, father, son, father, daughter is always a super, super intense relationship. You love your mom or your dad so much. And Opal right now is going through absolute hell. So this message is for you, Opal. We love you and we support you. We have your back 100,000%. All right. I'm going to get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.